The Raiders are clustered around Dougie Cullen down to the west end, and down at the east end, the Rome Free, as we mentioned, number 31, Justin Travis between the pipes, and looks like they're starting the Townsend, Burleson, and O'Shea line. Jerry, is that correct?
That's right. Jerry Burleson will be centering Mike Townsend and Justin O'Shea. And
keep an eye on Jerry on number 9, Burleson. He's a Select 16 Plaquey player, outstanding prospect.
Jake Morris will face off against Burleson, and we're about set to go. And we'll be underway as soon as the official drops the puck. He does, and we're underway. It comes to Josh Bartell at the blue line for Rome Free, trying to headman it to the Massena blue line. Picked up by Levac. Brian flips it over to Labarge, goes behind him. Jason has to come back after being forechecked. Goes to Levac, bounces away, takes a funny bounce. Levac in the corner being forechecked, bouncing around, still free in the slot. Here's a shot, and it goes across the mouth of the goal in the corner. After it, there's Bigelow trying to come up with it. Goes in behind, picked up by Burleson. Burleson, stick handles behind the Massena net. Here's Burleson coming out right side, centering pass back to the point. Here's a shot and the save by Cullen on the shot by Josh Bartell. Massena now dumps it, and it's out to center ice. We have a whistle. And we're going to have our first stoppage of play here. I believe they called a hand pass.
Playing a high stick, I think.
Or a high stick, okay.
Yeah, touched with a high stick. Good pressure right off the bat by Rome. A big shot from the point by Josh Bartell. Nice low shot, and Dougie Cullen picked it out in a maze of players and directed it to the corner.
Jason Jackson out there with Eddie Davis and Scotty McCracken from Massena. Rowe out there with Coster and Getz for Rome Free Academy. Face-off just outside the Rome zone. Now the official over talking with Scott McCracken, who's on the wing, saying stay there. Don't try to encroach. Apparently that's what he's saying anyway. Off the face-off, the puck along the boards. Poke check by. Here comes Coster in on the left wing side. He loses it, comes back out to center ice. Here comes Massena Red Raiders. Jason Jackson on the stick of Eddie Davis. We have a shot, but a whistle. And we're going to have, I believe, an offsides.
New combination together, first time out. Eddie Davis, Jason Jackson, and Scott McCracken. And that time, Jason Jackson, rink-wide pass right on the stick of Scotty McCracken, and he wasn't offside by more than 2 centimeters, but the official right on the line.
So the face-off will move back outside again. Rowe will face it off against Jackson. Jason Jackson for the Massena Red Raiders. Comes to McCracken. He flips it in the Rome zone to Roland, the Rome defenseman, over to Malinsky. Malinsky out to center ice. Tommy Post with it, kind of mishandled it. Breaking in on the wing. Here comes Rowe, the shot. Dougie Cullen makes the save on the shot on the backhand by Rowe. Post in the corner now. Coming after it, headman Jason Jackson. Jackson, another rink-wide pass for Eddie Davis. Davis backhands it in the zone. McCracken follows it, left wing side. Here's McCracken, takes it side of the net, centering pass in front, and Jackson fanned on the shot as it came by. In the corner now, taken away by Malinsky. Malinsky starts out right side, trying to hit his headman, and it's out to center ice on the stick of Mike Rowe. He's going to shoot it from center ice, and Cullen has to make the save as Rowe makes a line change. Here comes Massena, back out to center ice, bouncing around there. The puck along the boards goes back into the Massena zone. Racing for it is Lepushinsky. Lepushinsky can't catch up with it as Massena clears it back, but not out of the zone. Here's a shot from the point. That was taken by Bartell. Goes around the boards in the corner. Massena trying to clear it. Coming after it is Lasaki. Lasaki loses in behind to Tommy Post, and Post starts out left side. Headman pass intercepted, but picked up by McCracken. His drive as he wants off, and the save made by Justin Travis. He leaves it for, Moudry in behind the net. Moudry headmans it out to center ice to DeRuby. DeRuby dumps it into the Massena zone. Jason Labarge back to pick it up for the Red Raiders. Starts out right side. Here's Labarge. Now has to circle around. Goes to Levac. Levac along the wings. Poked away from him. Some forecheckers from Rome. The puck just sits there. A little pushing and shoving. And finally, it's poked to the blue line. Slides out to center ice. Dumped back in to lay off sides on RFA. Massena controls. Here comes the Red Raiders. Labarge, headman pass, just tipped into the zone by Fauché. Now Tommy Moore racing in the corner for it, along with O'Shea, and the puck bounces off O'Shea's stick up over the boards and into the wall, and we'll have a face-off in the RFA zone to the right of goaltender Justin Travis.
I want to tell our fans, they're going to hear a boom, boom, boom. No one has a bass drum down here. Those are good, solid checks being dished out by both these clubs. And Rome looks impressive to me in the first few shifts. They really come out of their zone crisply. The forwards defense headband the puck, and it's bing, bing, bing. And the Raiders got to come up and step up the tempo in their forechecking.
Face-off left side, goes all the way down the ice. And they're going to wave the icing off. Apparently went off a Massena stick. After it is Jason LaBarge in behind his own end. Here's LaBarge starting out on the left side. Runs into traffic, loses it, side of the net. Now circling around is Townsend. His shot bounces, and Dougie Cullen's going to glove it as it was going past the net. And he'll hold on for the faceoff. 12:02 remaining in period number 1. And on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's 0-0.
Just on the opposite side of the coin, the Rome Club really forechecking aggressively. That time they were in on top of Jason LaBarge before he could make the turn and forced him to cough up the puck. And it was a turnover and almost created a 2-on-1 situation for the Rome Club.
Jackson's line back out from Massena. Jackson along with Eddie Davis out there and Scotty McCracken. The row line, Rowe, Coster, and Getz. Off the faceoff, back to the point. Roland with it, flips it. Trying to get it in front. Here's Rowe, and his shot is blocked by a sprawling Tommy Post. Good play by Post, giving up the body that time to block the shot. Wraparound attempt hits the side of the net. Rowe putting on some pressure. Massena with a problem here, trying to clear the zone. The puck comes back to the point. It's Roland with it. Roland poke checked away. Here comes Jackson. Headman pass. McCracken goes by him into Rome territory. Picked up by Malinsky. Malinsky's backhander back to the point. Kept in Post. His shot knocked down. Post trying to keep it in the zone. He does. Big play there. Here's McCracken. McCracken now trying to slide it through to Eddie Davis. Davis goes in the corner after it. Has it poked away. And it comes free to Getz. Getz trying to move it out. Can't get it out. Now it slides out to center ice to Coster. Coster flips it to the Massena line. They want to change. Here comes Tommy Post. His shot goes wide in behind the net as both teams make a line change here. Picked up by Roland. Roland has it poked away by Poche momentarily. Tommy Moore throws a check, keeps it in. Here's Whitcup with it. Whitcup loses it in his skates, back the other way to the blue line, and it slides weakly out to center ice. And it's dumped to the Massena line. Right back comes Whitcup the other way, 1-on-3. He gets by a check, flips it free. Here comes Tommy Moore trying to stay with it. Fauché gets knocked down. The puck comes back to the blue line, kept in by LaBarge. He has to flip it in the corner. After it is Fauché, in behind the net. Joey with it, trying to center it. Goes off a leg. Joey after it again, gets railed, but Whitcup picks up the loose puck. Looking to center to Tommy Moore. Here's Moore, back to the point. Jason, no, he's going to flip it in the corner. Around the boards it goes again. Here's Whitcup with it. Whitcup, stick handles behind the net. Bobby with a puck now, looks to center. It goes off a body. Now Jason LaBarge pinches in the corner. He's got some room, takes it in behind the net. Here's LaBarge with it, circles back the other way. They do a little scissors play. The puck comes right across the crease, but nobody there from Massena. It's picked up by Lasaki. Lasaki moves down the line on the right side into the Massena zone. He's checked out of the play by Levac, and Levac races back to pick up the loose puck. Here's Brian with it, in behind the net, being forechecked again. Fauché comes back to help out, picks up the puck along the boards right side of goaltender Cullen. Can't get it out of the zone. Puck bouncing finally down into Rome free zone. That's going to be an icing call. Yep, it gets far enough for icing, and that'll move the faceoff back into Massena territory. 9:54 remaining in the first period. And on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's still 0-0. Good shift, though, by that third line.
Excellent. Joey Fauché, Bobby Whitcup, and Tommy Moore had the Rome Club bottled up, and actually it was a 5-on-4 situation. Number 17, Captain Tim Malinsky, had lost his stick, and so he was playing without one, and the Raiders had an advantage there. Good shift.
Off the faceoff now. Bouncing puck is the Morris line out there. Goes free, and here comes Cameron. Cameron's headman to Bigelow, back to Morris. Poke checked away, and Rome circles back. Here's Burleson. Burleson ridden into the boards, and the puck slides in the Massena zone. Jake Morris racing after it. Here comes Jake with it out on the left side. Morris now trying to flip it ahead. Doesn't get it out of the zone. Has to follow it himself. Now the puck tied up along the boards just inside the Massena zone. They're jamming for it there. Finally, it kicks free, and it comes free to Rome. Free in front, the shot, the save. Cullen, he falls on it, and the whistle blows. And that puck just kind of took a bad bounce from that pushing and shoving of players in there. And the Rome free player, I believe that was Townsend, who got a good shot off, and good save made by Dougie Cullen.
Forechecking pattern Rome is using right at the present time. They're sending their wings in, 2 in deep, and they're holding the center out high, and he reads the play. And when the Raider defensemen, they go defense to defense and make the pass up, he just reads it and steps in and intercepts the pass. They've done that about on 3 occasions, and the Raiders are going to have to solve that forechecking pattern.
Face off left side. Jackson's line back out from Massena. Levac flips it. Jackson gets tied up. The puck comes free. Picked up by Getz, trying to center, goes back to the point. Flip back in the corner to Getz again. Around the boards it goes, back to the point. Here's the drive, and they score! That shot coming from the left point, and Tim Malinsky, and Rome Free goes up 1-0. And a couple of players screening Dougie Cullen that time, and he beat him on the glove side low.
Yeah, it was good forechecking. The Raiders gave up the puck, and it came back to Malinsky on that left side, and he just stepped to his right. Didn't shoot the puck. It was kind of a wrist shot, almost a snapshot, and Dougie partially screened, and it got in on the low to the glove side, and Rome up 1-0.
Off the faceoff. Puck at the red line now, jamming around for it. Eddie Davis with it, has it poked away. Comes back to him, fighting for it along the boards. Levac has it taken away, has to come back for it. Here's Levac flipping it over to Labarge. Labarge starts out right side, takes it to center ice, carries the puck. Here's Labarge now going to the left, and he flips it inside RFA territory. Stop behind the net now. McCracken comes in a forecheck. Now Eddie Davis picks up the loose puck. In the corner, steps by a check. The puck squirts free to McCracken. Here's McCracken, the wraparound attempt. Bouncing puck comes back to the blue line. And Labarge can't keep it in as he was diving for the net. Now it comes over on the other side. We got a delay penalty against RFA, and Dougie Cullen comes skirting off the net, but Rome makes the touch. And we're going to have a holding call going against RFA.
And I think Captain Timmy Malinsky is going to get the call, too. There's no question. It was just hard work by Scotty McCracken. He came out of the corner and established position in front of that net. And Timmy Malinsky came out of the corner and just hog-tied him and threw him to the ground, to the ice. And the official right there. But that was just good second effort by Scotty McCracken that caused that penalty.
We're down to 8:23 remaining in the first period on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. RFA leads Massena 1-0. Massena going on the power play with a chance to get something going here. Jake Morris out there with Bigelow. Cameron at the points. We've got Post and Jason Jackson. Okay, Post flipping it in the corner, moving it around, circling. That's Jason Labarge, I should say, playing that wing out there. Okay. So here's Post now at the point. Again, Post takes it to the middle. Quick wrist shot, knocked down in front. They jam for it. Rome clears it down the ice.
Yeah, he's moved Jason Labarge up on the left wing and Jason Jackson on the left point.
Okay. Here comes Massena now breaking out of there. Brian Levac. Headman past Bigelow. Bigelow across to Jackson. Jackson in behind the net now. He and Murdy go together, and Jackson comes the better of it. Takes it in the corner. Here's Jackson looking to set it up. Comes into the high slot now, out back toward the blue line. Jackson, stick handles, goes to Jake Morris. Morris looks, goes back to the point. Tommy Post. Back to Morris, 45, he's got some room. Dumps it to Bigelow. Bigelow shot, nice save, and a good shot by Bigelow. Now Bigelow in the corner, pokes it for Labarge. Labarge can't quite get there. Murdy has it. Or Moudry, rather. Moudry loses. Here comes Bigelow, side of the net. Jeffrey with it now at the 45. Bigelow steps, goes to Labarge. Right in front, they jam at it. Bouncing puck, and it goes out to the side, and Lepushinsky fires it all the way down the ice. Some good movement on the puck by Massena, but some good saves by Justin Travis. Here comes Massena now. Jake Morris. We're down to just 3 seconds left. The power play will be up here in a moment, and they get their man back. Morris breaks into the zone, steps by the defense. Here's Morris circling in behind the net. He's still got it. Looking. Jake. Back to the point. Kept in. No, it wasn't kept in. And the whistle blows for the offsides as Tommy Post attempted to keep it in, and we'll move it out. So Rome weathered the storm that time, David.
Good pressure by Massena, and Rome, again, they didn't break down. Good position, and young Justin Travis, a couple nice saves. The official, we don't know their names, was just giving Coach Al Williams a little lip over there. I guess Coach thought that should have been blown quicker on the offside. He said, okay, Coach, take your time. We'll get it. Relax.
6:42 left, first period on the Pete scoreboard. It's 1-0 Rome. Puck back in Rome Free Academy territory, bounces around in front, but Malinsky moves it out to center ice. Bouncing to the Massena blue line and taken in the zone there. They break in, and here's the shot. Dougie Cullen makes the save by Mike Rowe, the shot, and he holds on for the faceoff.
What a save, Jerry.
Whoa.
That was a fantastic save. A little drop pass, and actually it was number 11, Captain Jerry Costner, that dropped it back. He's a big one, 6'2", 180, and he uncorked one from about 40 feet out, and from my angle, I thought that was in. Dougie Cullen just up with a quick left hand and just plucked it out of the air. Great save.
Now Massena making a line change as Jason Jackson's line comes out. Jackson, Davis, and McCracken, a new alignment here to face off against Mike Rowe. Face-off right side in the Massena zone. Off the face-off, puck goes in the corner. Coster after it there. He jams for it, and finally it kicks free, but not quite out. Kept in at the point by Malinsky. In behind the net now. They try to move it around. Here's Coster again, looking to center. It goes by him, and it's picked up there by Jackson. Jackson trying to move it ahead, but they don't still get it out. Puck back in the corner again. Jeremy Coster after it. But getting there first is Aaron Barkley. He flips it ahead and out to center ice. Here comes McCracken. McCracken, his headman pass knocked down at the blue line. Coster just kind of pushed him for a loop, and the puck comes in behind the Massena zone. And again, Aaron Barkley with it. Here's Barkley's head man knocked down, but Massena Jackson picks it up. Hitting Davis on the wing, left wing. Eddie Davis takes it in left side, looking to drop it back to Jackson. Jason in the corner now. Stick handling, looking to go back to the point. The bouncing puck gets by Levac, and Levac racing for it, and the Rome free player gets there first, shoot, save made. And we're going to have a penalty on Massena as Lasaki just got there first, beat Brian Levac back to the puck, and Levac's going to be called for holding, I believe.
That's just a great effort by number 25, Rich Lasaki. The Rome club dumped the puck out, and it was in the neutral zone, sliding towards the Raiders' end. And Brian Levac had a good 10 steps on him, and he caught him and passed him, picked up the loose puck at the blue line and walked in, and Dougie Cullen had to make a great save.
So now RFA will go on the power play here, and we've got Moudry back at one point along with Josh Bartel. Up front, we've got DeRuby up there along with Burleson, and the other winger is going to be, let's see here, Lopushinsky. We've got Morris and Bigelow out there to try to kill it off with Post and LaBarge. Puck in behind the net. Picked up there by Malinsky. Malinsky moving it to the wing. Poked away there from Lopushinsky and back into Rome free territory. Coming back for his DeRuby. DeRuby trying to move it out of the zone. Kept in there. Good forechecking by Jake Morris. He steals the puck. Dumps it back to the blue line out to center ice. And it's going to go back. That's LaBarge flipping it back in the Massena zone to Tommy Post. Post steps side of the net now. Flips it around the boards. And taking a whack at it there is Jeff Bigelow. He gets tied up. Comes back for it. Here's Bigelow circling behind his own net. Everybody's saying, get it out of there, and Bigelow does. Lifts it high in the air, down the ice. Always a danger when you bring it back into your own end, when you're killing a penalty. Rowland picks up the puck. His pass, almost intercepted by McCracken. We got McCracken and Fauché out there, the 7-11 penalty-killing combination. And here comes Rome free in the zone. Breaks by the D in front, can't get the shot off. He's taken out of the play nicely by Post, and Fauché flips the puck down the ice. We're down to 23 seconds and counting in the RFA power play. Coster with it. Dropping it back on the defense. Bartel. Bartel breaks it, trying to hit his right wing. That's Getz. Getz shot from just inside the blue line, goes wide, in around behind the net. After it is Coster. Coster gets tied up. Tommy Post steps into it, trying to move it along the boards. They jam for it. About 4 seconds left in the power play. Puck circles into the slot. Here's a chance in front. They fire it just wide. Now the puck in the corner. Massena's back on the ice again as they go back to full strength. Tommy Moore comes off the bench, and the puck bounces along to McCracken. He whacks at it, and it hits the glass and comes back out on the ice. And in the zone, it's Moudry. Moudry flips out to center ice. Bartel with it. Now Rowe into the Massena zone, back to pick it up. The Raiders' Whitcup starts out. Here's Bobby Whitcup with it. Stick handling it, trying to go to Fauché. Fauché taken out of the play. Bartel flips it to the Massena line, and it's backhanded in the zone. We have a whistle, and an offsides called against RFA. 3:22 remaining in period number one on the Pete scoreboard. RFA leads Massena 1-0.
Captain Jeremy Coster really got railed by Jason LaParge. He hit him with a solid check and put him right on his backside. And also number 10 for the Rome club, Terry Getz, went off the ice slow. He was down. Something happened down in the corner. The puck came back up to this end. He was the last man back and limped to the bench, Jerry.
Off the face-off, Jake Morris's line out there, and Morris comes away with the puck. Morris gets by a check along the boards just inside the blue line. He's being bodied, and they jam for it, and finally Bigelow comes away with the puck. Here comes Bigelow, centering pass, and Cameron couldn't get there. And Tommy was pretty well tied up. Back to the point, Levac shot knocked down. It comes out to Aaron Barkley. Barkley trying to flip it ahead. Bigelow clears the zone, bounces along the blue line. Morris throws a check, but the puck comes away to Josh Bartel. Bartel's head man, he follows. Here's the shot, through a screen, the save, and the rebound poked free. Nice save there by Massena. Now back down the ice is Bigelow on the long rink-wide pass by Cameron. Bigelow now has it poked away. Back to the blue line, kept in by Barkley. Barkley, Jackson, his shot. He fired it just wide. Back around the boards, Barkley trying to pinch in and keep it, and he can't. And back out to center ice it comes. Mike Townsend. Townsend loses it. In the zone, trying to follow up on the play is Lasaki. Lasaki in the corner, right side, looking to center it right in front. Massena trying to clear, give away the shot. Oh, it hit the goalpost after the save by Dougie Cullen. Massena give away in their own end, almost hurt him. Now back out to center ice. The Raiders, they do, just barely get it out. Turning it around is Lasaki. Lasaki loses at the blue line. They jam for it. It comes to Bigelow. He just trickles it out to center ice. Rome free, trying to control it. Eddie Davis pokes it free. and it goes back inside RFA territory. Back is Rowland, the defenseman, trying to feed his winger. Davis steals the puck. Here's Davis, can't find the handle, and back out to center ice is DeRuby. Here's DeRuby, left side, his shot. And the kick save made by Cullen, or was that wide? I'm not sure. It's so far away down to that other end. Now the puck bouncing in the corner. Eddie Davis with it. He's going to flip it around for Tommy Post in behind the Massena net. 1.5 remaining in the first period. Post is going to go back to Labarge. Oh, Labarge gets railed but stays with it. Here's Labarge trying to stay with it. Whitcup throws a check. The puck free inside, and finally Massena controlling it. It's Jason Labarge out to center ice. Here's Labarge across the red line, trying to carry it across the blue line, taken out of the play, picks up the loose puck. His pass, a blind one. He flips it ahead. All the way down the ice is Mike Rowe, breaking in 1-on-1. His shot, glove save made by Cullen. And that may have been off net, but Tommy Post picking up the loose puck now in behind the net, has it taken away. They try to center it. Comes free, bouncing around, shot, and a save made again. Cullen. Cullen's been busy here. He's seen a lot of rubber. Massena having trouble clearing their own end here. Back to the point. Here's a drive way wide. Bounces back, but kept in at the point. Rome putting on some pressure, comes free in behind. They jam for it in behind the net. That's Burleson. Burleson's centering pass is stolen by Jackson. Here's Jackson looking to lift it, and out to center ice it comes. Controlled there by the defenseman Mudry. Mudry flips it back in the line. Here's Burleson breaking in. Drop pass knocked down by Moore. Puck comes free. Here's a shot kick save again by Dougie Cullen. Here's Tommy Moore's headman. Oh, he had McCracken breaking, couldn't get it to him. The goaltender loses his stick. Here's McCracken, the shot. He hits the side of the net. Racing in for it is Tommy Moore, throws a check. The puck kicks free, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Massena putting pressure on. Here's Tommy Moore looking, centering pass, bounces around. Townsend, he can't control. Barkley keeps it in. 4 seconds, and the puck dumped out to center ice. That's going to take care of the period right there, and RFA is going to take a 1-0 lead into the locker room on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, and they really control the play in that first period.
Yes, he did. Yes, they did, Jerry. Number one star for the Raiders had to be that little goaltender, Dougie Cullen, down there. Some great saves. They got one by him, but he made several kick saves and a couple of glove saves, and he's had his, goaltender's best friend on an occasion or two.
Back, and he circles in his own end. Levac goes to Labarge. Labarge, headman past Morris. Morris just pokes it by the D, and it slides back in the zone of RFA. Bartel after it there. Bigelow forechecking, steals it. Cameron. Cameron circles behind. Here's Cameron into the circle, left side, trying to go back to the point, goes off a leg, and it's out to center ice. And it's dumped down into the Massena zone. Puck kind of hits a dead spot and comes in behind the net. That was a strange bounce. Puck along the boards now. Morris throws the check. It bounces around. They jam for it. Burleson's in there. Cameron comes away with it. Has it taken away. Morris follows and gets it out to center ice. They're going to call an icing on that, I believe, on Massena. Yep. And the whistle blows, and the face-off will move back in Massena Red Raider territory. So on the scoreboard, the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's 1-0 for the RFA Black Knights as we're just underway here in the second period, and line changes already as Mike Rowe comes out with Jeremy Coster and Terry Getz. We're going to see Jason Jackson's line out there. Jackson out with Davis and Scotty McCracken.
Face off to the left of Dougie Cullen.
Barkley playing 1 point for Massena, and Tommy Post the other. It comes off to Barkley. Barkley being forechecked by Getz. Getz takes it away. Into the corner he goes with it. Into the face-off circle, right side of goaltender. Back to the point. Here's the drive from the point. Cullen gloves it.
Oh, boy. There we talk about that quick left hand. Nice little drop pass. The Rome club uses that really well. The forward came back, circled by his defenseman, drew the forechecker to him, a little behind the back pass to his defenseman, big number 17, and he unleashed one, and Dougie Cullen plucked that out of the air. Good save.
Nobody in front of him that time, though. And I think you give up those shots, but you don't want anybody running interference. Off the face-off, Tommy Post, back to the blue line, and a hard check thrown there. McCracken stays with it, though, controls it ahead to Jackson. Big play by McCracken. Here comes Jackson, breaking down the left wing side, gets by the D. Here's Jackson in front. McCracken, Davis, the shot, and it's high over the net. Good play there by Massena as they move it. Here's McCracken stealing again, flipping it ahead. Nobody there for the Raiders. It's picked up by Getz. Getz circles to his own blue line. Headman pass stolen by McCracken. Here's McCracken into the corner. McCracken trying to drop it. Eddie Davis in the slot. Quick wrist shot, and the save made by Justin Travis. Now the puck's still in the zone. Jackson, he's going to dump it in behind the net. Eddie Davis after it. Massena putting a little pressure on in this shift. Here's Davis, has it poke checked away, and the defense for RFA picks it up as they move it out to center ice to Mike Rowe. Rose headman. They're just going to dump it in the zone. They want a line change. Aaron Barkley for the Raiders. Barkley slides it into the corner. It's intercepted and dumped back around on the other side. Now here's Lasaki to Lepushinsky. Lepushinsky bounces it in behind. Eddie Davis picking it up. He just flips it. Doesn't get it out to center ice. Kept in at the point. Another hard check throwing. And the puck comes bouncing high over the net. Here comes McCracken trying to tomahawk it. Can't get it out of the zone. Jackson follows up. He has it poke checked away. Comes back to Tommy Post. Here's Post with it. Bounce pass. Intercepted. Bouncing into the slot. Barkley sticks it into the corner. Bouncing puck. Tommy Post can't come up with it. There's Lepushinsky after it there. Has it poked away. Jackson feeds it ahead. McCracken just lifts it to center ice. And it slides slowly all the way down the ice. The icing will be waved off. That second line had been out there for a long time. Massena trying to get a line change now as Rome breaks back into the Massena zone. And the shot taken by Burleson. And that's wide. It bounces all the way up to Fauché. Here comes Fauché. He's got Moore with him. Fauché breaks in. The Moore right in front. Shot. Oh, big save. The rebound. Whitcup. Another big save. They score. Tommy Moore picks up the loose puck. And Massena goes on, or ties it up on a score of 1-0. Massena had 3 opportunities that time and scored on the third one. Tommy Moore, Johnny on the spot.
Tommy Moore, that's right, exactly. They caught Rome pinching down, and they tipped the puck back. Rome was applying great pressure. They almost caught Massena on a line change. And Rome applied the pressure, came back to the point. The defenseman pinched down, and they tipped the puck by him. And Joey Fauché came in on a 2-on-1 situation with Tommy Moore, passed it over to Tommy. He shot. Travis made the save. Bobby Whitcup banged at the rebound. The goaltender, Justin Travis, made the save. And Tommy Moore picked up his own rebound and lifted it high over the goalie to bring the Raiders into a tie.
So Massena has tied it up. We're tied at 1. Let's see if that gives the Raiders a little bit of lift.
First goal of the year, Jerry, for Tommy.
First goal of the year for Tommy Moore. Puck in the slot now. They go high slot. Here's the shot knocked down in front by Levac. Now Levac circles into his own end. And he's being held by the Rome defender, and they're going to call that one. They had to.
Oh, no
question. As
question.
Burleson had a hold of his jersey with his hand, and that'll be a holding call.
Bad penalty by Jerry Burleson. We talked about him. He's one of those outstanding young hockey players on the Select 16. Frustration. He first grabbed him around the neck, got away with that, and then he clutched him by the jersey. So the Raiders right back. Let's see if they can pop another quick one. They've changed their forechecking style a little bit, and as you mentioned, they put some pressure on this period.
On the scoreboard, it's 1-1, the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Labarge now ahead to Post to Morris. Here comes Massena. We've got the power play unit. Cameron out there along with Bigelow. They go with the regular first line, Labarge and Post. The regular power play that we've seen all year. Here's Post shot through traffic. The save bouncing in front, and Bigelow just couldn't get there. And RFA trying to clear, kept in by Cameron. Cameron along the boards, feeds it through. Here comes Labarge. Labarge goes to Cameron. Cameron stick handles by the defenseman. Takes it in behind the net. Cameron circling, going back to Morris at the 45, left side of the goalie. Morris slowly back to the blue line. Cross-ice pass. Labarge fakes the shot. Gets by the defenseman again, trying to slide it through. Taken away. Morris follows it. Into the corner. Cameron flips it around the boards. It's intercepted, but not out of there. Bigelow stays with it. Here's Bigelow in the corner. Back to the point. Labarge back to Bigelow. Bigelow going in behind Cameron. Cameron side of that right front. They score. Jake Morris, and Massena goes ahead 2-1 on the power play. Nice pass play by the Raiders.
Good job by Massena. Really looked exceptional out there. Rome dodged the bullet. The first time they should have had another penalty. The referee looked the other way, but the Raiders, good pressure. Chris Cameron came out of the left corner. The defenseman came in at him. You can't leave. They're down a man. He charged Chris Cameron to the corner. Chris gave a little fake, went by him. That created a 2-on-1 situation. He came right out in front, forced that defenseman to commit, and when he did, Chris slid it right along the ice, right to Jake Morris, who was standing all alone in front. He just tucked it up over the top of goalie Justin Travis. Raiders up 2-1.
So Massena takes the lead 2-1 here on a power play goal. Here's the puck right in front of the Massena net, but Tommy Post makes a good play and keeps it out of there. Now Post with it. Long headman pass. It goes ahead to Davis. He drops it back to the Massena blue line. Takes it up again. Here's Davis moving along the boards. Trying to go in the zone to Jackson. We got a whistle and an offsides, I believe, will be the call on Massena. So the Raiders get called for offside and the faceoff will move. Well, no, they called him for icing.
Jerry, just to go back, the talk about discipline and foolish penalties, the Raiders had tied it up and kind of, when that happens, it sets the club back on their heels. Rome then took that foolish penalty, Jerry Burleson, that holding at 3:12, and the Raiders come right back seconds later and get that power play to go up. Those little things mean a lot, and that was those foolish penalties. Boy, I'll tell you, they really put gray hair on a coach.
Lopushinsky and Fauché facing in the Massena zone. It comes to Barkley off the draw. Oh, he comes to the side of his own net, but manages to get it out to center ice. That'll put gray hairs on a coach, too. Puck bouncing into the Massena zone again. Tommy Post with it. Post circles. He looks. Rome looking to forecheck now. Here's Post. Nobody comes to pick him up. Now Post starts out. Right side, left side. The Rome player fell down, and Post breaks out at will. Here comes Post to center. He's going to dump it in the corner. In the RFA zone, in behind. It's picked up by Moudry. Moudry looking to hit his wing. Fauché steps in front, back to the point. They jam for it, but here comes Lopushinsky back out to center ice. Barkley gets a piece of it, bounces it ahead. Lopushinsky flips into the Massena zone. Tommy Post back for it. Here's Post in behind his own net. He flips it in the corner. It gets away from them. They center it, but it comes back to Tommy Moore, and Tommy starts it. Tommy with a tying goal here. He's going to flip it ahead to Fauché. Fauché trying to get by the defense. Drops to Moore. Moore in the corner now. Centers it right across the goal mouth. Comes to Bigelow. Massena on a line change. Bigelow stays with it. Gets by one. Gets by two. Finally poked away. And RFA breaks back the other way. Here comes Burleson. Burleson, the shot. Dougie Cullen makes the save, but gives up the rebound. Steered in behind. Now Labarge gets a piece of it into the corner. Jake Morris flips it around the boards for Cameron. He can't catch up with it. Into the corner it goes Burleson, and Levac jam for it. And it comes free to Cameron. Cameron, headman. And Bigelow racing for it. He's going to catch up to it. Here's Jeffrey Bigelow centering past Morris. And he's too deep. He can't get the shot off. Puck around the boards. Bigelow looks to center again, but Rome intercepts and breaks back out. Here comes O'Shea. O'Shea in on the right wing. The drop pass intercepted. They bounce right on, and the save made by Cullen. He's going to hold on for the face-off. And with 8:46 remaining in the second period, on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, the Massena Red Raiders lead it 2-1, and they have played a much better second period, David.
Exactly, made some adjustments. And where the Raiders have a mismatch, I feel, is that Fauché-Whitcup-Moore line against Lopushinsky, Lasaki, and Derubi line. And Rome changes the forechecking patterns there. They only send one man deep on that with that Lopushinsky line because they're not as good a skating unit. And the Raiders have a definite advantage there.
Off the face-off, Tommy Moore with it, or Tommy Post, I should say. He gets tied up in the corner. They jam for it. That's Coster. And finally, Jason Jackson says enough of this. He comes in and picks up the puck. Headman goes to Eddie Davis on the wing, left side. Headman pass into McCracken. He sticks it into the corner, racing for it. Malinsky comes away with it. Bouncing it, but not out. Kept in there. Here's Eddie Davis with it. He's going to backhand it in the corner. McCracken after it there. Lets it go by. Jason Jackson. Here's Jackson trying to circle. He gets knocked away. Comes back up with it. Back to the point. Tommy Post. Quick shot. Save. Oh, the rebound goes right by Davis. Back to Barkley. His shot deflected right on. Nice toe save made by goaltender Travis. Now the puck bouncing around. Jackson stays with it. Here's Jackson to the side of the net. Back to Barkley at the point. Barkley's shot is blocked. Goes in the corner. And McCracken just got railed in front of the net, but gets back up again, trying to put the forechecking pressure on, and it's kept in there by Jackson. Oh, good unit here, the second unit. Jackson flips it in behind for McCracken. McCracken circles, side of the net to Jackson in front. He can't get a stick on it, and finally Rome breaks it out of there. Here's Coster's shot, and the save made by Cullen. That was from center ice, and he sticked it up over the glass and into the wall. And real good effort by that second unit, David.
I'll tell you, the Rome club is getting a taste of their own medicine. The Raiders have really adjusted. They've come out forechecking, and that last shift, they had Rome bottled up and disorganized, and they were running around really disorganized, undisciplined. They've a taste of their own medicine.
Face-off will be in the Massena zone. Joey Fauché out there, along with Whitcup. Off the draw. Tommy Moore the other wing. He's got the first Massena goal. Face off right side, off the draw. Whitcup trying to get it out of there. It comes to Cullen. He's going to have to flip it, and he gets it out to center ice. And coming back for it is Josh Bartel. Bartel trying to hit his winger. That's Derubi. Derubi takes it across. Here's the shot, and Cullen makes the save. Now the puck bounces into the corner. Levac with it there. He's bodied into the boards. Levac gets tied up. The puck comes to Lopushinsky. He tries to center it, taken away by Fauché. And Joey comes away with the puck in behind the net now. Circles out of danger, looking for his winger. Whitcup, a little problem with it, has to go back to Jason Labarge. That's what defensemen are for, right, Dave?
Exactly right.
To Levac. Levac loses his footing, gets it out to Fauché. Here comes Joey, turning it around on the right wing side. He's going to wind up the shot. The save made, and it bounces into the corner. And that, I think the ice is very hard out there. I've seen a couple of players fall for no reason. Now the puck in behind, Josh Bartel with it, trying to get it on the winger. And they finally break it out to center ice. It comes to Levac at his own blue line. Can't get it out of the zone. Levac takes a whack at it. It comes by him in the corner. And they want to make a change here. Here comes Massena. Tommy Moore trying to break it ahead, but Bartel steps in front of the errant pass and circles it back the other way. Now here comes RFA into the zone. Here's the drive, and Cullen makes the save. It gives up the big rebound. It bounces in the slot. They jam. Big save. Cullen, another save. Cullen, some huge saves. Here comes Rome now trying to pick up the loose puck. Townsend in the slot. Here's a shot, and another save by Cullen. Wow, here's Bigelow. We have a whistle. We're going to have a penalty. Dougie Cullen made about 4 super saves.
It all started when Dougie gave up that rebound, and he didn't have much choice. It was a scorcher from about 45 feet out. He took it high up on the chest and gave up the rebound, and that started the chain reaction. Boy, and Rome was just hacking and smashing and slashing, and the Raiders are going to be down a man. But again, I just want to emphasize, Jerry, I think the Raiders, if Coach Stan Moore can keep that, if we can get that Fauché line against the Lapushinsky line, I think Massena has a definite advantage there.
The penalty, is going to be on Jason Labarge for high sticking, and that'll give Rome the power play advantage. The Corky's Collision scoreboard says 2-1 for Massena with 6:09 left in the second period. We've got Morris and Bigelow. Here's the shot from the point, way wide, and the puck goes bouncing to Bigelow. Can't get it out of the zone. Kept in by Chase. Chase dumps it in behind. They try to move it high slot. Here's the drive, bouncing in front. They jam at it, and it comes back to the high circle. Right in front, another shot. Big save again, and the rebound bounces free, and Jake Morris picks up the loose puck, looks for the distance, and gets it out to center ice. Dougie Cullen has been superb here this evening.
He just robbed Terry Getz 15 feet out.
Here's Bigelow breaking around the net in the Rome zone, wasting time now. Bigelow back to Barkley at the point. He's just going to dump it in the corner. And the puck comes free in behind for Sean Chase. Chase is going to move it ahead, out to center ice. RFA starts to move it around. Massena makes their penalty-killing changes. A 7-11 group out there, McCracken. And Fauché, they bounce it in front. Saved by Cullen again. And the puck back to the point. It comes to Malinsky. Malinsky gets it to the slot. Here's the shot. Score! And RFA, I believe that's going to be Mike Rowe getting the goal. And Lapushinsky will pick up the assist. Malinsky will pick up the assist. And RFA ties it up at 2 on the power play with 5:10 remaining in the second period.
I'll tell you, that one found the top corner, top shelf, I guess, where they keep the peanut butter. That's what they talk about, it up on the top shelf, in under the crossbar, and Dougie Cullen was screened, and number 21, Mike Rowe, with a wrist shot from 35 feet out, and it was a scorcher, and the only opening he had was up above the right shoulder, and it found the twine. Nice goal, nice shot by Mike Rowe, and Dougie Cullen, who had no chance on that one, had about 5 sterling saves just prior to that, Jerry.
Real good power play for Rome that time. So we're even up again. 2-2 the score on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Here comes Levac with it. Trying to flip it ahead, and is backhanded by Moore into the RFA zone. Stopped there by Mudry. Mudry now being bothered in behind the net by Whitcup. Moves it around the boards. And RFA trying to break it out. They get it out to center ice. And it's stolen away by Whitcup. Restolen. It comes back in the zone. We're going to have an offside on RFA as Lasaki got caught inside the zone.
The second RFA goal, a power play, just like the Raiders' second goal, a 9:50 mark. Mike Rowe from Tim Mylinski at the 9:50, 2-2. We have 4:45 left in the second period, and a really exciting hockey game, and enjoyable to watch, Jerry.
Lapushinsky's line out there against the Massena's going to make a change now as the Jason Jackson line comes out. Face off left side in RFA territory. Off the face, puck controlled by RFA as they break it out to center ice. The puck sits right at the red line, and finally it's Bartel stick handling it and moving it ahead. Now McCracken comes back and picks up the loose puck. Trying to headman to Davis, goes by him, and Bartel is going to have to chase back in his own zone and pick it up. Here's Bartel now, starts out, headman pass, he hits his winger DeRuby, and they move it down the ice. Into the zone, Lasaki. Lasaki gets by the defense, trying to center it. It's going to go back to the point. Here's Bartel faking the shot. Bartel centers, goes right across the goal mouth, sticked in behind, and Jackson picks it up. Here's Jackson. Jason with it now, starting out. He's going to drop it to Levac, and Levac moves it ahead. Here's Levac waiting, bounces it ahead. and it's intercepted again by Bartel. Bartel flips it ahead for Lasaki. Lasaki dumps into the Massena zone. Back there is Levac again. Oh, boy, he got ridden into the board. Stays with it, though. Ahead to Davis. Davis, headman, and he can't control it. It comes back. O'Shea. O'Shea and Levac steer in the corner. They jam for it. Getz comes in to help out. Levac comes away with it again. And Davis trying to control it. He can't. Levac's getting a lot of work this shift. He has to come back with it again. Feeds it to Davis. And Davis still can't get it out of the zone. Brian Levac, he says enough of this baloney, and he just flips it out to center ice. As he hit Davis with a breaking pass very well 3 times, and Davis couldn't get it out any of the times. Now the puck back to McCracken. Ooh, he falls down, but he gets it ahead to Labarge. Labarge loses. Back to him again. Now he circles in behind the net. It's going to go to Levac, and Levac whacks at it. Doesn't get it out of the zone. Kept in at the point by Malinsky. And the puck in behind. Here's Getz with it. Loses to Jackson. Jackson ridden into the boards. The puck comes away. Back to the point again. Malinsky, his drive. He fired it wide. Comes around on the other side for Sean Chase. Chase trying to tee it up. No, he flips it in the corner to Coster. Coster loses it. It comes free. Levac again. Just moves it along the boards looking for some help. And coming in to help out is Jackson. He has it taken away. The puck bounces around. It's still moving along the boards. They continue to move it along the boards. Jackson loses it. It comes in the high slot. Davis is there to flip it out to center ice. And that'll be an icing call on Massena. But a good icing as Massena just couldn't seem to clear their zone that time.
Oh, Jerry, they couldn't clear it. Rome had them pinned inside for about 2.5 minutes. The Raiders were just dying for. They tried to ice it, and they couldn't ice it. And that's that type of forechecking when they pull back. If you come strong side and the forechecker's on you, then you have to come up that strong side boards, and that center reads, and the defenseman pinches down. You mentioned coming up to Eddie Davis 3 times because he couldn't get it out because that defenseman just pinched straight down and flattened him. Good forechecking by Rome. Excellent.
Tommy Post, on the face-off. Moves it along the boards. Lopushinsky steals it away. It comes to Lopushinsky. He didn't pick up, and the puck back to the point. Here's the drive, deflected, knocked down. It comes to Cameron, and Chris is going to move it out to center ice for Bigelow. Jeffrey turns it around, takes it across. He gets bodied, but it comes to Cameron. Cameron trying to flip it 3. Back to the point, and it's controlled by RFA, and they break it back out to center ice. Here comes Rome free across the blue line. The drop pass. Morris knocks it away. It comes to Barkley. Barkley to Post. Post gets by a check and flips it ahead. It comes out to center ice. Morris by way of Cameron. Cameron trying to flip the drop pass. It comes back past Barkley. He circles. Goes to Tommy Post. Here's Post with it. Looking to headman it. Whitcup feeding Morris. He can't get it out, but Whitcup follows, flips it out to center ice. 1.5 minutes left in the period as the loose puck picked up there by Townsend. He breaks into the Massena zone. He still has the puck, moves it along the boards. Whitcup, who lost his stick, slides on top of it, gets back up again. They jam for it. Whitcup fighting for it, gets back up again. Whitcup, he lost his stick like we said, and now Fauché in there poking it around. It comes along the boards. Fauché throws a check, can't stop it. Here's the drive from the point. It's wide. Wow, that was a blistering shot. And Rome free, putting the pressure on now as they move it. But it's stolen by Whitcup, and he breaks it out to center ice. Feeds Cameron. Cameron gets tied up, trying to stay with it, and he does. Cameron gets a weak shot on the backhand. It goes in behind the net. Under a minute remaining in the period. Out. No, it didn't get out. Whitcup keeps it in. Now it comes out to center ice. Slides slowly into the Massena zone, and Jason Labarge picks it up. Drop pass to Levac. Levac circles, takes it in behind. Here's Levac over to Labarge. Labarge goes back to Levac. Massena now starting to move it ahead to Whitcup. And Whitcup just gets it out to Fauché at center ice. Here comes Joey with a puck. He's going to dump it. And we have a whistle. I think they got him on an offside. I want to say a big hello to Joey's dad, Rich Fauché, who couldn't make the trip back in the North Country. But the Massena Red Raiders and the Black Knights of Rome Free Academy all tied up 2-2 as the Corky's Collision scoreboard shows. We're down to 25 seconds left in the period.
25 seconds. The Raiders have been on the got on the board twice and had territorial edge first part of the period. But this last half, Jerry, it's been all Rome Free Academy. They've had Massena bottle up like no club I've seen bottle Massena up so far this year. And excellent job. In fact, the Raiders, well, we'll talk about this at the end of the period. They may capitalize that in this third period.
Off the face-off, it comes to Barkley. Steps across the red line, flips it in the RFA zone. 20 seconds remaining. In behind the net, McCracken throws a check, but the puck gets by him, comes to Coster. Now Jackson throws a check on him, but Coster stays with it. He and Jackson jam in behind the net with 10 seconds left. Here's Coster with it now, starting out right side, trying to flip it ahead. It's to center ice. Aaron Barkley with it. Barkley drops to post, 2 seconds. That'll take care of the period right there. So we're no closer to finding a winner in this hockey game after 2 periods of play on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. The Massena Red Raiders and the Black Knights of Rome Free Academy are all tied up at 2 apiece. In just about a minute, we're going to go back to our studio for ABC News Live at 9 o'clock. We can't tell you the Raiders scored twice in the period as they came flying in the second period, got the equalizer, and then went ahead on the power play. RFA, though, came back on the power play, very strong power play. In fact, Dougie Cullen probably had about 6 or 7 saves before they finally did get the goal in that power play. So a very good period for both clubs. Massena the first half of the period, RFA the second half of the period, and the net result is it's a 2-2
by big number 18, who hasn't seen Todd Manning. Hasn't seen. Has he had a shift tonight?
Not that I've noticed.
Okay,
I haven't seen him out there yet. And also, we haven't seen Freddie Kellison.
Okay, Raiders just filing back on now. Coming through the gate at the far end. As we mentioned, both benches and both dressing rooms on the north side. We're on the south side, down in the corner. And we're just moments away. What do you think about the officiating, Jerry? They haven't had a lot of work, but...
No, they haven't. It's been a good, clean hockey game. They did miss a couple of calls we probably would have seen made. But aside from that, I don't think they've really been a factor at all.
No, and I'm impressed. They're good skating. I like to see a good skating official. You know, he's going to be right on top of the play. And they let the kids play. The sticks have been down pretty much, and hard hitting. We mentioned just 4 penalties, 2 to each side. And... the official's just blowing his whistle and is advancing to the center dot that has 2 large A's on either side for the Albany Academy. What's the Academy's nickname? Is it the Cadets? I'm going to assume. I'll take a shot in the dark. Okay.
It's pretty good, Dave.
Yeah. Also, that I just remembered it from last year, too. When
Oh, okay. Well, that probably explains it. Okay, we're ready to go. Jake Morris against Burleson, and we're underway in the third period. On the scoreboard, it's 0, or I should say it's 2-2. Might as well be 0-0, though. And the puck in the Massena zone has Rome Free trying to put some pressure on. It comes to Cameron. Cameron, a little problem with it, but he gets it ahead to Bigelow. Bigelow gets it out to center ice. Controlled there by RFA once more as they drop it back to Bartel. Big Bartel kind of flipped the shot and missed it, but comes to Murdy, and he flips it into the Massena zone. Going to come right on Cullen. He'll have to make a save. Feeds it to Levac. Levac looking to get it out. He doesn't. Stepping off the boards is Getz, and Getz in the corner, in behind the net, looking to wrap it, and he gets knocked down. And I think the net's off its moorings. I think they're going to call a man in the crease anyway.
Yes, they are. Getz just stepped off the bench, and clearing pass from the Raider defenseman up to Chris Cameron, and Getz stepped right in front of Chris Cameron and waltzed in on Dougie Cullen. Dougie had to make a save, and then Getz was knocked into the post and came off the magnetic pins.
Rowe and Jackson will face off now. Off the draw, the puck into the Massena zone again after this Coster. Coster and Tommy Post in the corner. They jam for it. It comes free to Jackson. Jackson moves it down the ice. That'll be an icing call as it goes all the way down the ice, and we'll move the faceoff back in the Massena zone. We played 6 seconds shy of a minute here in period number 3 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. We're tied at 2.
And both Joe and I discussed it between periods, and we wanted to mention it that Rome gets caught up in this frenzy, this offensive frenzy, and their defense have been staying on the line, and possibly the Raiders can spring a man in behind that defense for a long breakaway pass. We'll see what happens.
Off the faceoff, puck comes in the corner in the Massena zone. They look to center. It comes in the slot, bouncing around back to the blue line, out to center ice. Here comes McCracken on the off wing, takes it across. He's going to drive it, and it's partially blocked, goes in the corner. Eddie Davis with it. Davis for Jackson, all by himself. Here's Jackson in front, the shot, the save made. Jackson picks up the rebound. In behind, nobody picked up Jackson. Jackson looked into center. It bounces by a leg, and Coster picks it up. And Jeremy Coster breaks it. On the wing it comes, into the Massena zone, in behind the net. Cullen's going to stop at side of the net. Picked up again by Coster as he follows in, looking to center it, right in front, the shot, the save made. And a big save by Cullen. Bouncing puck goes into the corner again. Massena slow in getting back that time. Here's Eddie Davis with it. Davis circles in behind his own net now. The forecheck, but they get it out to center ice. McCracken. McCracken steps by a check. Here's McCracken in the RFA zone. High slot. McCracken the backhander, and it goes wide. And the puck whistles around the boards. Bartel with it. Moving it ahead. It goes to DeRuby. DeRuby breaking down the left wing. He's going to dump in the Massena zone. Now Todd Manning is out there. They must have heard us. Manning in behind the net. Leaves it for Joey Fauché. Fauché starts out. Nobody picks him up, so Fauché's going to break. Of course, this is that third line. Fauché trying to headman it. Down the ice it goes. He's trying to hit Tommy Moore, but it's going to be an icing call. And they don't forecheck the same with this third line.
That's right, Jerry. That's why Massena's able to come out a little easier. They hold the wings. This third line is not cannot skate like the first two. And we mentioned Dougie Cullen many times, and boy, he just made a great save. I think it was number 25, Rich Lasaki, came in and just unloaded one, and it was a scorcher. And Dougie kicked pad and kicked it to the corner. Great save by Dougie Cullen.
Okay, the face-off in the Massena zone to the left side of goaltender Doug Cullen. Now Massena will make a line change as the Morris line steps over the boards. Rome staying out there with, well, let's see who they send out there. I guess the Burleson line is going to be out there. Burleson with Townsend and O'Shea. This line can really forecheck.
They can motor.
Off the face-off, the puck back to the point, and bouncing around in the corner, it's O'Shea with it. In behind the net, Jake Morris comes to pick him up, he and O'Shea, and the puck comes free to Tommy Post. Post bounces it ahead to Cameron, and Cameron bounces it out to center ice. Bigelow breaking down. Here's Bigelow across the blue line, steps by the D, slides it right across the slot, nobody there. Cameron in the corner, back to Bigelow. Jeffrey controls it, back to the point. Back it comes to Bigelow at the 45. Bigelow has it taken away, gets it back again, somehow slides it into the slot, but nobody there for Massena. Now Rome trying to break in the zone. Post in after it. Post jamming for it. And it comes away. Rome in front. They center it. Knocked down in front by Bigelow. Bigelow loses it. Bounces to the blue line. Is it out? No, it's not. Here's the drive. Townsend the save. Kick save. That was Burleson, I should say. Now the puck controlled in the corner by Tommy Post again. Post trying to move it along the boards. He gets upended. The puck kicks free. Cameron comes back to help out, but it goes back to the point. Here's the shot deflected wide. Puck in the corner now. After it is Townsend. Townsend moves it around the boards, gets by Morris, but it's poke-checked away by Levac. Good play. Morris in the corner, has it taken away, but Post is there. Post trying to slide it ahead along the boards. They jam in the corner again, right side of goaltender Cullen. It skirts free, and Morris finally gets it ahead Bigelow. Bigelow can't get it out, and it's dumped into the corner again. Racing for it there. Here's a shot. They score from the right side, and I think it was deflected in front.
Jerry, I don't know. I turned one of the Rome players, got hurt out there, started to come to the bench. There's number 17, Malinsky, I think it was. And when I turned back, I just saw their arms go. It came out of the corner. It deflected something in front. And I can't, you could probably describe it a little better than I could.
I'm not sure who got it, but the puck came from the corner, left side of goaltender Dougie Cullen. And it was a shot, but whether, I don't think it got by Cullen. I think somebody, perhaps Jeremy Coster in front, poked it by Cullen. But whoever it is puts Rome on top 3-2, and now Massena's got to dig down.
And it was sustained pressure. It wasn't one-end a fluke shot. They had sustained pressure. They were radiant on top of Massena, and had since the opening of the period. Here we're now we play 11:24, and Rome has had sustained pressure through the first 3 minutes.
That's Mike Rowe getting the goal.
Yeah, number 21, Mike Rowe, and well, Joey's got it down. Coster got the goal. Okay,
there was
number 11, Jeremy Coster, Captain Jeremy Coster picked up the goal. Mike Rowe got an assist on it.
Okay, so Coster from Rowe, and it's 3-2. Oh, the other way around. Rowe from Coster, and it's 3-2 in favor of Rome on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Here comes Labarge, and out to center ice. Dumped right back to the Massena line. Picked up by Aaron Barkley. Barkley ridden into the boards. And it bounces back to the red line. Tommy Moore picks it up, flips it ahead, bounces off a body. Whitcup racing for it, stays with it, over skates. Tommy Moore follows up his shot, knocked down in front. And the puck controlled by Fauché to Moore to Whitcup in front. Here's Bobby Whitcup with it. He gets upended, gets a shot in front again, and Fauché with it. Joey in the corner now, stick handles. Bouncing pass goes back to the blue line and kept in by Barkley. Now finally it bounces out to center ice. And it comes to the Massena blue line. Labarge with it, ahead to Whitcup. Whitcup to Fauché. He just steers it in the RFA zone. Coming back for it is Moudry. Moudry steps by a check, comes away with a puck. DeRuby taken out of the play, but gets it ahead anyway. Here comes Mike Townsend as they make their change again. Townsend steps in front. Cullen makes a save and holds on for the faceoff as Townsend just got by the Massena defenseman and managed to get the shot on with 10:16 left. Rome leads at 3-2 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard.
And we had that match that time, which I think is in Massena's favor, the Fauché line against the Lapashinsky line. And I would try to get that match. Let the other two Massena lines neutralize the two RFA Rome lines. And I think Massena has a definite advantage. When they're matched up, these two matched up against each other, Massena has a good advantage.
Off the face-off, the puck controlled by Massena. It comes to Cameron as the Massena first line is out there, back to the point. Bouncing around, putting on some pressure is RFA in the corner. After it there is Jake Morris. He's going to flip it around for Levac. It comes to Cameron instead. Cameron has it taken away in the high slot. Here's the shot again, knocked down in front. Cullen makes the save. The whistle blows. The puck was still free, but the whistle did blow. And again, that was Jeremy Coster out there trying to do some damage.
And if Massena goes strong side, weak side, they've really got to run it in a hurry. That time they ran it strong side, weak side, but they didn't put enough on it and allowed that defenseman time to adjust. And as I said, they're pinching down. When he does it, the weak side wing's got to drop just a little bit. When that defenseman pinches down, just redirect the puck off the dash or right behind him. Have your center cut in behind. I think you're going to create a 2-on-1.
Face-off left side. Jackson's line out for Massena. Jackson wins the draw. Moves it ahead to center ice. Eddie Davis. And out to center ice it comes. Right back in, though. Off the stick of Jeremy Coster. Levac with it now. He circles. Trying to move it along the boards. McCracken doesn't get it out. Back to the point. Here's Bartelli. Misfired on it. Slides through in the middle. And finally, Cullen has to come out. It's one of those shots, and nobody could seem to find it. Massena breaks it. Here comes Jackson. Taking it across the blue line. In front, McCracken can't get the shot up. It goes behind him in the corner. McCracken now gets tied up. Puck bounces around the boards. Post keeps it in. Dumps it in back again. Mudry with it. Mudry. McCracken has lost his stick. Mudry tries to throw a check. The puck bounces to the blue line, and it bounces out to center ice. Levac is there for Massena. Dumps it right back in the zone. Massena gets onside, and the puck comes to Bartel. Bartel slides it along the boards for Coster. Coster can't get it out. Now he does. Comes to the Massena line. Offsides will be the call, as Rowe couldn't quite control it. Rowe and Lasaki, who was out there as Rome starts to change their lines. 9:01 remaining in the third period, and on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, Rome leads Massena 3-2.
Looking down at Joey White's stats down here, unofficially, of course, but again, Rome out shooting Massena 6-2 in this third period, Jerry.
Off the face-off, the puck comes free to Labarge. Labarge flips it to Manning. Manning steps across the red line, dumps it in the zone. Whitcup racing for it, in behind, can't get to it. Back to the point, and it goes by Manning out to center ice. Now Labarge racing for it. It comes free to Tommy Moore. Moore just flips it back in RFA territory. Whitcup goes after it, trying to stay with it. He does, but it comes to Chase. Chase headman pass, and Rome breaks it out again. Lasaki. Lasaki down the right wing side, trying to get by the Massena defenseman. He slides it right in front. Oh, that almost deflected in off a Massena defenseman. But Whitcup flips it in the corner for Fauché. Here's Fauché along the boards, doesn't get it out of there. Bouncing puck in the corner, sits in the slot. Back to the point, they jam for it. Comes free, here's the shot, and that's wide. May have bounced off a body. Tommy Moore with it, just bounces it out to center ice, and that's not going to go far enough for icing. As coming back after it is Chase, as Massena makes the line change. Jake Morris's line out there. Rome breaks out. It comes to Levac in the Massena line. Levac in behind the net. Looking, circling around, looking for Bigelow. Jeffrey gets it to center ice. Chase dumps it right back in the Massena zone. 7:50, just about halfway through the period. As the puck comes around to Barkley, he lets it go for Cameron. Cameron's backhander goes off a leg out to center ice. Morris trying to come up with it. Bounces back to the Massena line, gets by Barkley. Levac picks it up. Here's Levac circling behind, looking to move it out. Cameron can't get it out of the zone. It bounces into the slot. Cameron picks up the loose puck again. Headman pass goes to Morris. Morris has his pass intercepted. Back the other way, Bartel, the big drive and the blocker save made by Cullen. Now Levac flips it around the boards. Cameron picks up the loose puck, feeding Bigelow, and it goes into his skate and behind him, and dumped right back in the Massena zone. We got an offside or a penalty. I'm not sure which. Just an offside, I think.
I think just an offside. One thing I've noticed about this Rome club, Jerry, they go hard, they go fast, but short shifts, and they don't need anybody yelling at them to get over here. They seem to be well disciplined in that. They expend their energy 40 seconds, and then they're off there. Most of the time, they're going quick shifts, unless they have Massena really hemmed in their own end. But you see them change as a unit.
Off the face-off, bouncing puck. Dumped into the Massena zone, goes high and goes off the glass in behind Dougie Cullen. Tommy Post with it, loses it side of the net, but it's controlled by Labarge. He starts out left side of Cullen. Here's Jason leading the attack now. He's going to dump it. And that went up into the Rome bench, I believe. Yep. And the faceoff will come right about at the red line from where he fired the puck, I would imagine.
One of the Rome players, as they're standing up in the bench, and sometimes you rest your elbows on the top of the dasher and the gloves hang over, and that's what happened. They're trying to pick up the number. He's coming out on the ice right now, but it hit him right in the wrist. Big defenseman, number 20, or 24 was the Steve Moudry. Face-off right out in front, right at front of the RAF bench.
Joey Fauché will take the draw, and Massena wanted to make a change. They won't let him.
No, they've already had their change. He wanted to change his defensive core. Wanted to put out Todd Manning along with number 2 Aaron Barkley.
But it didn't work out for him. Off the face-off, the puck back in the Rome zone, back out again, and Whitcup flips it in. Now stolen by Bartel. Bartel trying to headman it, controlled in the zone. Here comes Lasaki. Lasaki loses. Tommy Post in behind his own net, flips to Tommy Moore along the left board. Here comes Moore. Now his headman bounces by everybody. Whitcup's going to go chasing after it and has it poked away, but Fauché is there to follow up, and DeRuby comes away with a puck. DeRuby starting it out, intercepted by Tommy Moore. Now they fight for it there. It goes into the Massena zone and bouncing around out to center ice. Here comes Labarge to Whitcup, and Whitcup just flips it down the ice. Once again, back into Rome free territory. They're going to move it out again as Massena makes a line change, trying to get that first line out there. But here comes Burleson, his shot, and the save made by Cullen. And Cameron picks it up ahead to Jake Morris. Here comes Morris, moving it down ice into the Rome zone. They jam for it, and it comes free to get out to center ice. Apparently it did, because the whistle blows for the face-off.
5:46 left in the third period. Rome up 3-2. Raiders are starting to gamble just a little bit more that time. Aaron Barkley pinched down and almost was successful keeping it in the zone just outside, and the face-off will come just outside the Rome blue line right in front of their bench. We mentioned 5:46 left in the third period. Rome up 3-2. And it's the Burleson line out there against the Jake Morris line right now.
Off the face-off, the puck back in the zone. And it bounces to Jake Morris. Morris trying to go ahead to Bigelow, poked away from him. Back in the Massena zone, it's Manning. Bounce pass, intercepted, but a whistle blows. And we're going to have a face-off on the offside, I believe.
And you notice, Jerry, both clubs short shifts right now. Massena and Rome continuing their pattern of short shifts. Both still going with 3 units. 5:31. 3-2 hockey game, a very exciting hockey game. Probably Massena's toughest opposition so far this year. They've down by 1. Dougie Cullen has really been outstanding.
Boy, he sure has. He's played very, very well. Off the face-off, the puck inside Massena territory. It comes whistling around behind. And Massena trying to get it out of there, but Rome controls it. Back to the blue line, intercepted. Here comes the Raiders. Down the ice, Eddie Davis. Flipping it ahead, off sides will be the call on Massena. 5:11 remaining on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. It's 3-2 in favor of Rome Free.
Nice sized crowd, not what we're used to at home, but they had, of course, which is understandable, the first game, a real large crowd, but the home team, Albany Academy, was playing. Here, good contingent from Massena seems to be down here, Jerry, and a good crowd from Rome, and our counterparts from Rome, broadcast crew, I don't know the call letters, just down from us broadcasting the game.
Off the face-off, the puck bounces into RFA territory. 5:06 remaining in the period. Moudry picking up the loose puck, starts back with it. Moudry starts to move it ahead. Out the center ice, he's upended, but following up on the play is Coster. Coster jams along the boards. Joey Fauché steps into the fray along with Tommy Moore. It finally comes free to Tommy Post. Headman just deflected by Whitcup inside Rome territory. Fauché after throws a check on Moudry. The puck bounces free to Moore. To Fauché, deflected right on the rebound. Fauché scores! Joey Fauché! And Massena ties it up as Joey picks up his first goal of the year.
There's that match that we talked about, Jerry. That's the match, the Laposinski line against the Fauché line, and Tommy Moore just hammered the defenseman here in the corner right in front of us. He railed him, took the puck away from him, slid it out to Joey, who was 10 feet out in front of the goaltender, Justin Travis. He got the first shot off. Travis made the first save. Joey picked up his own rebound and slid it right along the ice. With 4:37 left to go, the Raiders tie it up. Joey Fauché and Tommy Moore will get the assist, no question. Great job by Tommy Moore, digging the puck out. He hammered the defenseman, took it away from him, set it out to Joey in front, and the Raiders scored on that mismatch.
Off the face-off, the puck bounces in Rome territory. Cameron racing for it, trying to stay with it. He throws a check. Here's Cameron coming away with the puck, looking to center it. He gets tied up. Hard check thrown by Bigelow. He finds the loose puck, slides it in behind the net, and it kicks free to Jake Morris. Here's Morris trying to step by a check, but Townsend picks up the puck. And Bigelow, jam along the boards. It comes free to Cameron. Cameron stays with it now. He gets bodied out of the play. Now Morris throws a check, and Rome's going to kick it out to center ice. Jason LaBarge has got to get there quickly, and he does, to break up the play. Big play by LaBarge. It would have been a 2-on-1. Now the puck in behind the net, bouncing around free to LaBarge. He tries to move it, comes back to Morris. Now Morris has it tied away, and LeVac is in there with Morris. It squirts free. Cameron takes a whack at it. Puck sits there, and Cameron says, there it is. He tries to flip it ahead, taken away from him. Around the boards it goes. We're tied at 3 on the post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, and Massena finally clears it out to center ice. 3.5 remaining. Here's a shot from center ice, and Cullen got his legs together just in time on that one.
Yes, that one almost went through the 5-hole, but Dougie squeezed him just in time, a long drifting shot. But, you can just see the ebb and flow. There's no question that Rome has had the territorial edge, and here in this third period, they've been pressing, and Massena comes down, and one brief time inside, great job, and they tie it up, and you can just see Rome sag. It's very evident.
Off the face-off.
Which is understandable, too.
Yes, the puck controlled by Rowe. As he has to wait for his guys to get on side, he dumps it in the Massena zone. Tommy Post after it there. He flips it around behind. Here comes Todd Manning. Manning looking on the wing. They still can't get it out there, Davis, and the puck bounces in behind the net again for Tommy Post. This time he looks to go to McCracken. McCracken in behind the net, trying to come up with a puck. He gets bodied. Tommy Post picks it up, bouncing around, free again. And Jackson looking for it. He can't find it. Finally back to the point. Here's the drive, and it's knocked in front. Big save by Cullen on the shot from the side of the net. They jam around with it. It bounces free, and finally it's picked up by Massena's Eddie Davis, and he gets it out to center ice. Here's Davis shifting across the blue line, gets a shot off his block, bounces right back to Davis. He whacks at it again and missed it. Puck in the corner, Jason Jackson. Jackson loses, comes back to the blue line. Bouncing free. Here comes Rome free, and a defensive mistake by Massena gives Rome the 2-on-1, but they fire it wide. I think somebody got a stick on it. It bounces around the boards and out to center ice. Here's Bartell with it. His pass intercepted. Jason Jackson turns it around at the blue line. Looking, McCracken. McCracken gets railed. Picking up the loose puck to Ruby into the Massena zone, controlled by the Raiders. They come over on the other side for Barkley. Barkley, headman to Tommy Moore. He just deflects it right on, and the save made by Justin Travis. Not one of his tougher saves. Massena making a line change. DeRuby comes out to center ice. They try to move it down the ice. It comes to Lasaki. It's stolen away from him. Back into the Massena zone. It bounces, and LeVac picking it up. 1:50 remaining. We have a whistle. What do we have?
I think we've got an offside, Jerry.
Okay.
I tell you, the Raiders, we used it a lot of times, dodged the bullet. Young Aaron Barkley, he's going to learn, especially in a 3-3 ball game late in the period. He pinched down, and he gambled, and that time the odds weren't in his favor, and he got beat. They tipped it by, had a 2-on-1, and the RFA forward.
There we go. We should be back. Okay.
Jerry, we're going. The Raiders, we've got 1:19 left in the period. Up. I think we're off
Okay,
again.
we're here.
Okay, they're going to go on a power play. Captain Tim Mylinski just took a foolish penalty with 1:19 left in the third period, a tie hockey game. He cross-checked the Massena player. I think it was Jason Labarge, and the official right there on the play. And the Raiders are going to go on a power play and a chance to win this one in regulation.
Okay, we've got 1:19 left in the third period. Jake Morris out there on the power play with Chris Cameron. And let's see here. We'll pick the rest of them up. Jeff Bigelow is out there, along with Jason Jackson and Jason Labarge, I believe. Or that may be Tommy Post, excuse me. And Post keeps it in at the point. That's who it is to Morris. Jake with a puck now. Tommy Post goes back to Morris, under a minute. Morris to Bigelow, back to Morris. He gets knocked down. The puck comes free. Jackson, he can't control. And RFA dumps it down the ice. So Massena will have another opportunity here.
They almost had a 4. Jackson was down at the top of the circle that time, Jerry. He was really pinching in. It was 4 inside, 1 on the blue line.
Okay, Massena breaks it ahead to Cameron. Cameron circling it in the zone, right side. 36 seconds. Cameron with it. Goes back to Morris at the 45. To Cameron. Cameron to Morris. Back to Tommy Post. Post winds his shot, deflected. Yeah, they score! And that's Chris Cameron getting the goal with 25 seconds left in the game to give Massena the power play lead 4-3. Can you believe it?
Yes, I can, because I tell you, when you take a dumb penalty like that and the way this Massena power play is operated tonight, and the first time out, they didn't have Chris Cameron up on that left wing. They made a change. Since then, that first time, and they weren't that effective. Since then, they put him back out there, and I'll tell you, he was Johnny on the spot. That puck seems to follow him. It came back to the point. Tommy Post, a low shot. I forgot his name. Justin Travis made the save. Chris Cameron, right off to Travis's left, had the stick down, had the whole net, and he reeled it right by him, and the Raiders up 4-3 with 25 seconds left. Tommy Post and Jeff Bigelow are going to pick up assists, and that's a power play goal, and that's the second one of the night for Massena. And that power play, and Rome is going to take a timeout right now. I'll tell you, they got to be shaking their heads. And again, a mark of a good team. Massena's been, I'm going to come around, they've been outplayed tonight. We just look at the stats, and there's no question. Listen to you call the game, anybody listen, they can tell Massena's been outplayed. I'm sure the coaching staff, the first to admit it. But they've hung in there, and that goaltender, he's been super, kept them in the ball game, and they gave a crack. Rome taking a dumb penalty, and I tell you, you don't do that against a good club, and Massena took advantage of it. I'll tell you, that's a making of a good team, Jerry.
Well, we saw this happen last year. Now, there is 25 seconds left. Let's point that out. However, we saw this happen against a team from St. Francis, remember?
Yes.
A team that outplayed Massena, and Massena somehow came back and won that game in overtime.
Massena, when they've been on that power play, that's when they've controlled the play. Basically, that's the only time they've had the territorial edge. And they got it inside, and they worked it around. Jake Morris and Chris Cameron and Jeff Bigelow, and they got it back to the point. Tommy Post, and he inched in towards the middle. They sagged. Rome sagged. Tommy took the shot. Nice low. We're back to the play action.
Off the face-off, it comes to Jason Labarge. Labarge over to Post. Post flips it ahead. Cameron just dumps it in the zone for Bigelow. 16 seconds. Bigelow steps by the check, takes it in behind the net. Here's Bigelow with it. He's going to waste some time. Has it taken away. They shovel it around. It goes back to the blue line. Still in the zone. Here's the shot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Massena wins it. 4-3 with a power play goal late in the last minute of play. And the Raiders will go to the championship against Albany Academy. And what a script, huh, Dave?
Jerry, that's what you tell your kids. Never say never. And they're off that bench, and you know where they went to first. And I'll tell you, richly deserving, that goaltender, Dougie Cullen, an outstanding game. I'll tell you, he had 32 saves to compare to the Rome goalie's 15, and probably 20 of those were real outstanding saves. He held them in the ball game when they bent a little bit, and then Rome taking that penalty with 1:19 to go. This is a tough loss, a devastating loss. I know the coaching staff are going to say, my God, how can we lose this hockey game the way we played? But good teams, you open up the door, and they take advantage of it. And Massena certainly took advantage. Beautiful goal on the power play. Chris Cameron, That's, let me see, I'm not sure. That's his third goal, I think, Jerry. Third goal of the year, but that was a big one. And we talked about the first time Massena had the power play. He had Jason Jackson up there, and Chris wasn't out on the power play. And they weren't that effective, I don't think. After that, on every power play advantage, he was out there, and they really looked sharp.
Boy, they sure did. So the Massena Red Raiders go to victory, defeating Rome Free Academy 4-3. 2 goals in the third period after Rome had gone ahead 3-2. Massena ties it up, then wins on a power play goal in the final minute of play, and will go into the championship game against Albany Academy tomorrow afternoon. Very exciting game here and a big win for the Massena Red Raiders. And all I can say, Dave, is Javier who?
I'll tell you, Dougie Cullen. No, they didn't. We knew that they weren't going to. In fact, I don't know if they had a number one goaltender. There wasn't any question. They're not losing anything. In fact, I'm sure they're gaining something. And he really stood tall in there tonight. Outstanding, 32 saves, and we mentioned 20 of those. Territorial play, if you went on the territorial play, you'd have to give it to the Rome Club. But again, the main thing, you look up at that scoreboard, and that's the only thing that counts. And some nights you need that goaltender to hang tough. It happens to the best of teams. And this was a fine Rome Club that they played tonight, no question. But again, they also realized they played against a fine, never give up Massena Club who persevered. And that's what you have to. You tell the kids, hang in there, hang in there, hang there. Things are going to happen. And did tonight. They took advantage that power play. You could just almost sense it, Jerry. You could just feel it. And young Chris Cameron, he does. But around that neck, the puck seems to come to him. I don't know. It just some players have that magnetic. The puck comes to him, follows him around, and it did there. And he didn't make any mistake.
So again, the final score: Massena 4, Rome Free Academy 3. The Raiders go to the championship game tomorrow afternoon at 4:15. And stay tuned for the post-game show on the Spirit of the North Country, WMSA.